Never before in the history of this millennium, nor in the annals of the previous one, has the world been faced or troubled by an unseen and unknown enemy, the virus which causes this pandemic that started in Wuhan City, Hubei province in China, last December 2019. The Black Plague of the 14th century or the bubonic plague of the 17th century is so distant a happening for the present generation to comprehend or grasp of. This COVID-19 pandemic has literally stopped the movement of the world. All aspects of living, earning the daily or monthly wage, industry, trading, socialization, travels, entertainment, sports, even religious events came to a halt. Work stoppage hurts every economy. Governments have shouldered the feeding of their residents. Quarantines and lockdowns have been observed, but local transmissions have never been curbed. Even filial connections have been cut for some. Dead loved ones who died of the disease were immediately buried or cremated without the presence of the bereaved family, and they could not even pay respects for their departed ones. Hearts are pricked and tugged also to hear almost 1,000 or thousands die in just one day, just like the 919 deaths in Italy, 863 in Spain, 731 in New York City alone, and 2,000 plus deaths in the US during the April 9, 2020 surge. Britain records Europe's highest single-day death toll. Number of victims jumps by 980 to 8,950, surpassing Italy and Spain's worst days as 5,706 more patients test positive. England recorded 866 new fatalities, while 114 were confirmed in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The death count is Britain's darkest day yet, worse than the 938 deaths recorded on April 8 and 881 recorded on April 10, 2020. It also means that UK has now surpassed the deadliest days recorded in Italy, 919, and Spain, 950. Government scientist Professor Jonathan Van Tom said lockdown efforts appear to be starting to pay off. He described it as the curve is starting to bend and the rate of people being admitted to hospital in London. With powerful countries like US, China, Russia, and other nations all over the world, the globe has literally been crippled by an unseen enemy. But the third world countries have more problems with lockdowns and closing of workplaces and feeding of residents by the governments for weeks and months. Another problem is the shortage of personal protective equipment for frontliners, ventilators, and other important facilities for hospitals, and enough food and proper first aid medications for the sufferers are some of the problems we have today. This pandemic has made authorities from the World Health Organization and other international communities to grope even in the broad daylight for the resources and measures to curb the continuing transmissions. So the question is, how can we survive this pandemic? What does the world badly need now to survive this? Clearly, this problem needs more than physical or material solution, for the common enemy is unseen. No, I am not suggesting magic nor incantations. The answer lies on what we actually have, which has never ever been tapped, is the faculty of our body, our mind, our thinking power that needs to be activated, ready to be renewed to have proactive response. It involves deliberate act of applying wisdom based on the knowledge or information heard and gathered. Knowledge is good, but it must be processed so it results in cheerful, hopeful, and positive outlook. This is the most opportune time for us to make our minds operate or function for our benefit. Using our mind is a weapon in itself. It must be activated so that we can come out victorious against all odds. Only the activated mind can make us follow the restrictions imposed upon by the government, which God has delegated to ensure safety and order.